So we've done the skating. What I'm going to show you now is gliding. So I try and adjust my board. Yeah! Woohoo! So in this little sequence here, what you're going to see me use is you're going to see me use skating. I'm going to push up the hill. Once I get to the top so I don't slide down, I'm going to get the angle of my board up and my foot behind so it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to pivot to get my board so the nose is heading down that fall line, down that slope as best I can so I can keep the board flat. Keeping that weight on the back foot until I'm ready. I'm going to skate a little bit, bring it onto the board, and I'm just going to do my best to keep that board flat. I'm going to let it go whichever way it wants to go, unless it goes into one of the cameras. So keeping that in mind, again, if you were better at the last bit, this bit becomes more and more easy. So just taking that time, putting that effort in. It might take you a few hours to get to this point. That's okay. So let's do it. I'll skate up to the top and I'll glide down. I'm going to come to a stop on my own. Alright, so on that glide, what you saw was you saw me pivot around that foot, get it so that nose is heading straight down the hill, and then I give myself 2 good pushes while keeping that weight over the front. So the board was all flat the whole time. And once I got a little tiny bit of speed going, I brought that back foot onto the board and pushed that back foot against the back binding. If you just have it floating here, it can be very slippery and that'll throw you off, and usually how people end up falling off the board during this little exercise. So keep in mind, I'll do it again here, but watch for my 2 pushes, nice and centered over the front foot, weight distributed to keep that board flat, and then I'm bringing my foot up quickly and I'm pushing it against the back binding. And that's what gives me that stability so that I can get nice and low, back straight, knees bent, hands out, head up, looking where I'm going. And I came to a nice stop on the flat area we were working at before. I'm going to show you right now kind of the next step you should be taking after you get a perfect smooth glide like I was doing before. And that is just to kind of play around with the base, move a little bit, twist your hips a little bit, get a feeling for what happens when that board starts to shimmy, because you might not always be on a perfectly corduroyed groomer like this. You might be coming off a lift where your board is going to start sliding and things like that. So getting comfortable with keeping your body centered on top of the board is going to be really key. So I'm going to show you that little drill, and this should be your next progression from the basic gliding. Yeah, you can play around with this for a while just to get that balance dialed on multiple slopes. Alright, so you saw it again. I know it sounds super repetitive, looks crazy easy, but like I said, it's something that if you put the time in now to get really good at, it'll make every other step coming forward much easier. And all of these skills that are very simple are used by every snowboarder, no matter what you level. You do not just forget about these. Every snowboarder has to take their back foot out of the binding at the lift, at the top, and to get around the resort. So getting good at these skills seems tedious, seems silly. It's not turning, it's not carving, it's not jumping, but getting good at this will make your life a lot easier. If you enjoyed it, thank you. These instructional videos are kind of new to me, and I would love some feedback if you've stuck around to this part of the video. If you've had lessons and they're teaching you something different, or if you're an instructor and you think I've missed something or done something improperly, I'm happy to hear it down below. I don't pretend to be a true expert. I just want to help people be more comfortable with snowboard and get out on the slopes a little sooner and safer, so that we're all ripping together. So that's it. Cheers. Thank you.